me guess what your day looks like as a video editor. You wake up, open YouTube and watch a tutorial on some new transition technique. Then you watch another one on color grading, then one on After Effects expressions. You spend 3 hours learning, practicing, taking notes. And at the end of the day, you feel productive. You feel like you're getting better. You're leveling up your skills. But here's the problem. You still have zero clients. You're still making zero money. And you have been doing this for months. So let me be brutally honest with you. You're not actually trying to become a better editor. You're avoiding the real work and you're lying to yourself. And in this video, I'm going to call out the #1 mistake that's keeping most video editors broke and show you exactly what to do instead. So without wasting much time, let's dive in. The tutorial addiction loop. Here's what's actually happening. You watch a tutorial, you feel productive, you feel like you're making progress. Your brain gets a little dopamine hit from learning something new. But then what? You don't get any clients. You don't make any money. So what do? You watch another tutorial because that feels easier than actually putting yourself out there. This is the tutorial addiction loop. You watch tutorials, feel productive, find out you still have no clients and feel like you need to learn more. So you go watch another tutorial and then repeat. And I know this because I was stuck in this exact loop when I started. I would spend hours every day watching tutorials on advanced techniques, complex effects, cinematic transitions, all this stuff that I thought would make me good enough to get clients. But the clients never came because I was avoiding the only thing that actually gets you clients. Reaching out to people and offering your services. Here's the hard truth. Watching tutorials is not productive. It's a coping mechanism. It is what you do when you're too scared to do the real work. The real work is uncomfortable, it's sending DMs and getting ignored, it's reaching out to potential clients and facing rejection, it's putting your work out there and risking criticism. So instead, you hide behind tutorials. You tell yourself, I just need to do this one more thing, then I'll start reaching out. But we both know that day never comes. So let's do some simple math. If you're spending 3 hours a day watching tutorials, that's 21 hours a week, that's 90 hours a month. Now what if you spend those 90 hours doing actual client work or doing outreach to get clients? Or maybe building systems that brings clients to you. You would have clients, you would be making money, you'd actually be a professional video editor instead of a professional tutorial watcher. But instead, you are spending all your time learning advanced techniques that you will never use because you have no clients to use them for. You are learning how to do 3D camera tracking when you can't even land a client who needs basic Instagram edits. You are watching tutorials on advanced color grading when you haven't sent a single outreach message this month. Do you see the problem? You're optimizing for the wrong thing. You're trying to be the best editor in the world before you get your first client. But that is going backwards. So here's how it actually works. You get clients with decent skills, you learn what they actually need through real projects, then you get better by solving real problems and you charge more as you improve. But you can't start that process if you are stuck watching tutorials forever. And it's not just tutorials. Let me call out the other ways editors lie to themselves about being productive. First, endless tweaking your portfolio. You spend hours rearranging videos, changing the layout, updating descriptions, but when's the last time you actually sent that portfolio to a potential client? Probably never. Second, learning a new software. I need to learn After Effects before I can get clients. No, you don't. If you can edit in Premiere Pro or even CapCut, you can get clients. Learning new software is just another excuse to avoid outreach. Third, perfecting your website. You spend days making your portfolio website look perfect, choosing the right font, the right colors, the right layout. Meanwhile, you have zero traffic to that website because you are not actually marketing yourself. Fourth, consume content about freelancing. You watch videos about how to get clients, but you never actually do the outreach. You read articles about pricing, but you have no clients to price for. You're learning about the game instead of playing it. All of this feels productive, but it's not. It's just a coping mechanism. And deep down, you know this. You know you're avoiding the real work, but it's easier to lie to yourself than face the real uncomfortable truth, right? So here's what you don't want to hear, but you need to hear. You already know enough to get clients. If you can make basic cuts, add music, add text, and export a video that doesn't look like complete trash, you know enough. You don't need to master color grading, you don't need to know how to do 3D animations. You just need to reach out to people and offer your services. But that's scary because when you reach out, you might get rejected. People might ignore you, someone might say your work isn't good enough, and that hurts. So instead, you hide behind, I am not ready yet, I need to learn more first. And you watch another tutorial and another and another. But you are lying to yourself. You are not ready. You are just scared. And I get it. I was also scared when I started. Sending that first DM is terrifying. Putting your work out there feels vulnerable. Facing rejection sucks. But you know what sucks more? Being broke, having no clients, watching other editors who are worse than you make more money while you're stuck watching tutorials. So stop lying to yourself. You know enough. You are just too scared to put yourself out there. So here's a principle that will save you months or even years of wasted time. It's called the 80-20 rule, and it applies perfectly to video editing. 20% of editing skill get you 80% of your clients if your outreach is good. Let me say that again. You don't need to be in the top 1% of editors to get clients. You need to be decent at editing and great at getting in front of potential clients. Most clients can't tell the difference between good editing and great editing. They just know when editing is bad versus editing is decent. And decent is enough to get hired if you know how to market yourself. But instead, you're trying to be in that top 1% of editor before you even try to get your first client. That's the wrong approach. So get to good enough with your editing skills and then spend all your time on outreach, building systems, and putting yourself in front of potential clients. That's how you actually make money, not by being the best editor. It is by being a decent editor who's great at getting clients. Alright, now enough of calling you out. Let me tell you exactly what to do instead. Here's what your day should actually look like if you are serious about making money as a video editor. Stop doing this. 3 hours of watching tutorials, endlessly tweaking your portfolio, learning new software you don't need, consuming content about freelancing without taking action, and start doing this. 1 hour maximum on skill practice, and this too only if you're working on something you will actually use. 2 hours minimum on outreach every single day, building systems that brings clients to you. This can be personal brand, referral system, you get the point. And also, here's what that 2 hours of outreach looks like in practice. Find 30 potential clients on Insta, LinkedIn or Twitter, send each of them a personalized message offering your services, follow up with anyone who didn't respond from previous days, create 1 to 2 free samples for the most promising prospects. Do this every single day for 30 days and you will get clients. I don't care how bad you think your editing is, you will get clients if you do this outreach consistently. And here's the beautiful part. Once you have clients, you will get better at editing way faster than watching tutorials, because you will be solving real problems for real projects. You will learn what actually matters instead of what looks cool in a tutorial. And beyond daily outreach, you should be building systems that bring clients to you on autopilot. Here are 3 systems you can start working on immediately. System number 1. Personal brand on social media. Post your work every single day, share editing tips, share before and after, build an audience that sees you as an expert. In 3 to 6 months, you will start getting inbound leads from people who discovered you. System number 2. A professional portfolio that converts. Not a portfolio you endlessly tweak, a simple, clean website that showcases your best work with context and result. Then actually send this to people. System number 3. Referral systems. Over-deliver for every client so they refer you to others. Ask for testimonials that you can use to land more clients. And also build relationships with other freelancers who can send overflow work your way. These systems take time to build, but they compound. And in 6 months, you will have clients coming to you instead of you always chasing them. But you can't build these systems if you are stuck watching tutorials all day. So here's what I want you to do after watching this video. Close YouTube, close all the tutorial tabs you have open, stop reading articles about freelancing, and then right now after this video, I want you to do these 3 things. First, send 10 cold DMs to potential clients. Find 10 people on Insta or LinkedIn who might need video editing services. Send them a personalized message offering your services. Don't overthink it, just send the messages. Second, create 1 piece of content for your personal brand. Post a before and after edit, share a quick tip, show your process, just post something. Build the habit of putting your work out there. Third, make a commitment to yourself. No more than 1 hour of tutorials per day, minimum 2 hours of outreach per day for the next 30 days. That's it. 3 simple actions. But most of you won't do them. You'll watch this video, feel called out, maybe feel a bit motivated, and then go back to watching tutorials tomorrow. Please don't be most people and actually take action. Look, I'm not saying you should never watch tutorials. I'm not saying learning new skills is bad. I'm saying that if you are spending more time learning than you are doing outreach and getting clients, you are lying to yourself about what the actual problem is. The problem isn't that you are not good enough. The problem is that you are avoiding the uncomfortable work of actually putting yourself out there. And I get it. Rejection sucks. Outreach is uncomfortable. Facing criticism is hard. But you know what's harder? Being broke for the next 6 months because you're too scared to send a DM. You already know enough to get clients. You're just too scared. And that's okay because you need to do it anyway. So stop watching tutorials, start doing outreach, build systems and take action. The clients are out there, the opportunities are out there. You're just avoiding them by hiding behind tutorials. See, I cannot hold your hand and make you take action, but I can only say, please don't stop, it will work out. Peace.